Hey, hi, I'm Chris. Welcome back to my channel. Every day I do a vlog. I'm doing it for 1,000 days, guys. 1,000 days. So if you're not subscribed, to subscribe would be absolutely awesome. So thank you so much in advance. Today I asked the question, what do bad relationships teach us? And I think bad relationships don't start off as bad relationships, do they? They start off as every relationship should. It should be full of hope and joy and happiness, and over time there can be things that sort of slip into that comfortable relationship, and when it becomes bad, that's when things turn horrible. Now it usually starts with an outward expression of that, and that can mean that, you know, the language changes. It can mean that there's a loss of consideration, loss of physicality, and it could mean that you don't feel valued in that relationship anymore. A bad relationship can look like an awful lot of things, and it can unfortunately encompass domestic abuse. And how that presents, well, that can be many ways to any individual. So I appreciate that there might be people watching this that might feel somewhat upset by the context of that. However, recognizing a bad relationship early on can obviously help you in where you go forward in life. So very often with those early indicators, are you brave enough to walk away from that relationship even at that point and say, I'm going to protect myself with my peace, my happiness, my joy, and call time on it? It's hard to do, especially the older you get, because you might have baggage. There might be a house, there might be some financial commitment, there might be children involved, there might be any number of reasons why it's so difficult to walk away from a bad relationship. And you convince yourself sometimes that things will just be okay. You do. It's a fact. We all do it. If you're able to say, I'm not liking this, I need out, and the quicker you do that, I think the less pain you'll probably feel and the less hurt you'll feel. Ending a relationship early on when you feel that it's not viable and not right is the right thing to do. As adults, we seek security, we seek the warmth and coziness of a relationship sometimes, and we even convince ourselves, don't we, oh, it's not that bad, it's okay, things will be okay, it'll be okay in a minute, they're just feeling this, they're just feeling that. But when you're saying that to yourself constantly, repetitively over a couple of years, that's when I think you've got to say to yourself, how much longer do I have to tolerate this bad relationship? So I think if you can determine early on that things aren't where you'd like them to be, it's necessary to do something different and move on and go somewhere else, because maybe you'll be appreciated in that other place. Maybe even if you don't find somebody else, you'll have peace in your life, and if you have peace in your life, that means an awful lot. It really does. Putting up with somebody's bad behavior is the most awful thing in the world. For them to speak to you terribly, to act in a childish way towards you, to make you feel anything less than what you should, is deplorable. A bad relationship is funny because in as much as that, you know, you can identify in other people. It's funny, I've been in a bad relationship previously, and I hear other people talk about their relationships, and I pick up little key indicators about their current situation, and I find that very sad. A lot of people don't have the courage or the conviction to be able to walk out of that. There's a staggering statistic that says women end relationships something like 76% of the time. And I think there's a reason for that. I think men, when they commit and they love wholeheartedly, they do. And I think sometimes if the woman doesn't feel that's something that she wants to continue doing, then it becomes almost a little bit easier for them to maybe make that stance or their position clear. And there's a lot of reasons, like I say, why a relationship would come to an end. But if you're in a bad relationship, try and seek help from people, family, friends, and if it's If it's become physical, if it's become abusive, I think you know in your heart of hearts what you've got to do and how quickly you've got to do that. Not easy, I know, I get that. It's not. And you can't suffer this forever. You can't. You've got to have some peace in your life. When you put your head on that pillow at night, it's just lovely and nice to feel safe, sound, and know that your corner of the world is without any trials or tribulation, that you have absolute peace in your life. I hope this helps. I hope somebody out there might get some value from that. It's not always easy talking about bad relationships. It really isn't. I've talked about bad friendships, but knowing when to get out, and the earlier on that you do that, I think that's highly beneficial. And like I say, if you're experiencing anything like this at the moment, seek some help from those who are best able to give you that support. As always, thank you so much for following, and I really appreciate a subscribe if you're not subscribed. Every day I talk about something different, and it'll be interesting to hear what your comments are down below. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.